Agrolome list from last year during the age of mental misstep.
Oh, mental misstep, how I don't miss thee.
No, 4 Mox Diamonds. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 26 lands in this Agrolome list. Looking at some of the only decks that would have similar land counts, I think, are like the Stax decks that are using Mox Diamond to complement Ancient Tombs to just sort of turbo out Trinispheres. Let's see.
Spencer Miller here on the left, Rob Vaca on the right. For those of you who are just joining us, this is round 7, the final round
27
today
lands.
of the Legacy Open here in beautiful Memphis. If you ever get a chance to come to Memphis, try the ribs, the dry rub style as opposed to the wet ribs. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But also, I'm really pretty pumped to see a Merfolk deck theoretically do well. I mean, Spencer,
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and people told me Merfolk was dead.
I mean, Legacy, not a lot is very dead forever.
Not dead yet.
It's actually feeling much better. Let's see. Rob looks at his hand. He's on the play this game.
Will Rob fail to have a turn 1 Bob again?
Yeah. Oh, there's the Mox Diamond. This card's a forest. learn from
and
last
swamp.
A swamp. Inquisition.
Thoughtseize. Was that Inquisition?
Inquisition. There are
Okay.
no Thoughtseize in Rob's deck.
Okay.
He's not too concerned with taking Force of Will, so he'd rather
Yep.
keep the life, take their creature,
Yep.
and just let them pitch 2 cards. Win the fair fight. 2 for 1 yourself, that's perfectly fine.
Island, Mutavault, Force of Will, Aether Vial, Coralhelm Commander, Silvergill Adept. What do you like taking here? I like the Silvergill Adept going away.
Yes. It's Adept or Vial. I can't see what Rob's hand is, but Vial is probably not what he wants to do. I feel like Rob wants to grind these games out and run the Merfolk deck out of cards, and it looks like Silvergill Adept's the best way to do that.
Yeah.
He has a Maelstrom Pulse and another Inquisition.
He's like, I'll just take your 2...
Okay, is he trying to take the 2 fish? I actually like taking the 2 fish.
I like
here.
taking 2 fish.
Yeah, you take the... Oh, he's taking Vial. And then giving his opponent the option of whether he wants to let Rob choose or him choose. He can forcible this Inquisition, or he can let Rob pick the Merfolk. Take the Adept. Oh,
I don't like it.
Greed.
Don't like it. I mean,
Such
this is
greed.
actually a play that could result in the very best result ever for Rob, but maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, like
Spencer draws the Submerge to go with that not forest in play.
Rob goes Bob's.
Tarmogoyf,
Goyf.
no forest. Spencer, well, maybe I'll just pitch the Submerge. Hope he, probably not going to play forest again. Yeah, once it happens once, you learn. It's like, oh, he has Submerge in his deck. Let's not let him have free time abs. Or Grip Tide even, it's instant. 1 more mana than Grip Tide usually costs 4 less.
And he gets rid of, I think it's the Submerge. You are
Yeah.
correct. Good call, Ari. And
I think the last time I
Submerge.
saw that happen was targeting Dark Ritual.
Goes he goes. Spencer untaps. Lays a Mutavault, says go back.
No
Rob
Merfolk.
Vaca.
All lands for Rob. The Green Sun Zenith for... Oh, the Submerge? This is a forest, though. This could get dangerous.
Oh boy. The Submerge that Spencer had before is gone. Rob accelerating into a pseudo Llanowar Elf here with a Green Suns for 0 to get a Dryad Arbor. Passes, which again shows he's out of mana.
Is that another Submerge? No, that's a Merfolk Sovereign. Oh.
There's the Adept.
Revealing Sovereign.
Draw. I'm not happy about
Draws
the fact that
Force
he's
of
able
Will.
to do that.
Yeah. It's possible that Rob was just afraid because he had so few lands that he might not get there in time and just die to this commander. So Rob untaps and draws. Let's see, what does he have? We know he has a Maelstrom Pulse, but I don't think he wants to use it on the Adept here. The Dryad Arbor can sort of trade for the Adept if Rob ever gets 2 more lands. That's a
Finks.
Kitchen Finks.
I like the Finkies.
Yeah, he's going to be very good right here. Maelstrom Pulse is going to take down this Sovereign. And this is going to hold off Mutavault and Adept very well.
Is that a standstill?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think Spencer is going to try and play this Sovereign. because the board state is not very dominating.
And look
for
how
him.
that Sphinx just is staring down those 2 fish. It's going to make the Sovereign dodge for 3 damage a turn, but turns off both the fish to do the 3 damage.
Correct. I think Rob's going to pulse down the Sovereign right here and leave Spencer in a situation where he's like, well, I can pitch this standstill and keep it around, or...
I would push
that's
that.
a deed?
I would push that Sphinx forward.
That's a deed, and the ooze is his other card. So pulse, deed, and ooze.
I would push that Sphinx forward, see what Spencer does. Afterwards, cast the pulse on that Sovereign.
Really? I don't want to attack if I'm casting the pulse. I'd rather just block.
He's got the faster clock right now.
3 versus 5?
It's 4 versus...
Or 3 versus 4, yeah.
And then he's going to have the ooze for numerous creatures.
Oh, yeah, that ooze is going to get huge. If this gets countered, though, this clock gets mighty fast. That is 8 a turn. I don't know about this.
Actually, you're right. It maybe should have been first so you can find out if it gets countered or not. Yeah, that's actually better.
He's pretty sure that this Sphinx is not getting blocked at all. I cannot imagine a scenario where Spencer wants to trade off even add up for the half of a Sphinx. Robert may be getting a little too aggressive right here. Let's see. So, debating over whether the Forcible and Standstill in his hand are going to turn into counter-target Maelstrom Pulse. Long thoughts. Do you think you counter here?
Yes. I think your path to victory is actually pretty solid, based on 2 cards in hand. And what is that? You said a clock of 3, 6, 8?
Well, he's going to have 0 cards in hand.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah.
Clock of 8 is really big.
Yeah. I think you have to counter because otherwise the standstill is just dead. Spencer drops to 15.
I mean, he knows that Rob didn't lay a land there. Was struggling for mana. We're going to see 8 damage come across. Rob goes down to 14.
Let's see.
Now just imagine if there's like a wasteland here. Oh,
Another
that's pretty
Mutavault.
good. Now we're going to see...
Sphinx stay on D.
I think we're going to see... What? Like the Sphinx hang back and maybe a deed come out?
No, I think it's the ooze.
The ooze comes out? Oh, that was a good draw. That land is a good draw.
Actually, I think at this point the deed might just get slammed on the table. He's reaching the point where he can cast ooze post deed, which is very important.
He's going to cast the ooze first, though.
He's banking on drawing another removal spell before this unblockable gets through. Counting up how many creatures? A lot. Passes the turn. Spencer untaps and draws. Is it a spell? He has no real attacks here otherwise. So pumping through for 4 damage. Rob's going to drop, or 3 damage. Drops down to 11. I keep getting used to more lords being in play. 11.
Post combat.
Hard cast.
Hard cast it.
The fairway. Or, well, I mean, it's the fairway both ways.
And we're going to eat, gain a life, make a 3/3.
So back up to 12.
That life gain part of the ooze is shockingly relevant.
It's like those commercials. And we'll throw in this. And we'll throw in this.
But wait.
It's a withered wretch. But wait, there's more. Rob's going to play...
Here's going to be the deed.
A Maelstrom Pulse would be very, very good here,
Pulse
too.
would be so nuts.
There's only 2 in his deck, but... Rob looking at how much damage you can potentially take on a full swing next turn.
That number is 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 is what he's showing, and it could be 19 if a lord is... well, it can't be 19. It would have to... Because he'd lose some damage.
Yeah, it would be 19, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4, 3, 4.
Lily.
Or is it 14? 4, 4. Yeah, 4, 4, 4, 3. So Liliana, sack a creature.
I wonder what he will sacrifice.
Taps Silvergill Adept, goes to the graveyard.
Another bit of food for the ooze.
That ooze is just going to take over this game. Robert with a Pernicious Deed in hand. Pernicious Deed and Planeswalkers, very, very good interaction.
Ooze comes on in. Right now it's a 3/3, but it's going to get bigger soon. Now remember, Spencer Miller has threads in his sideboard. He could have sided one in. That would be pretty awesome if he drew threads.
Does he do it now, or does he wait for the ooze to get a little bigger?
I wouldn't wait too long. Things could go wrong.
3. Rejury.
Rejury, yikes.
Ooh, suddenly we have a 3-power commander, 2 4-power mutabolts, and a 4-power adept. Spencer's probably sitting here wondering, do I have to ship my guys in and kill this Liliana? Or, you know, do I want to make him, like, I don't want to discard my card possibly. You know, he could just empty his hand, pump the Liliana, then put me into a position where I have to attack it next turn, and, you know, or just get edicted. Just sort of chip away, get some more incremental advantage, fight back from these adepts. So, I don't think he can really attack Liliana right here. Yeah, he definitely... Yeah, there we go.
Activates. Silvergill Adept is now free to come on in.
Yeah. I think you definitely wait on attacking the Liliana before Rob to force you to
and Rob
discard a card and maybe
eats a
start his
creature
card.
from the yard.
So Rob goes back up to 9 life, Ooze up to a 4-power guy. Let's see. Untap. Deed in hand. 2 0 costs in play. Deed does turn off Submerge here in a funny twist of events. Dried Arbor is a forest. Rob probably debating if he wants to pump this Liliana and discard either of his cards. Whether he wants to potentially activate the Ooze and gain some life. Let's see.
1 something, says Rob.
3.
Casting Deed?
It's probably the Deed.
Indeed. No, maybe not. Land.
Land.
There's a forest.
Basic forest. Submerge is going to be on the rest of this game.
Deed.
Pernicious Deed. Now Spencer might be in a position where next turn he is forced to attack this Liliana. Otherwise, Rob's in a position where he just plus Liliana, go. Plus Liliana, negate if you draw a guy. Plus Liliana, and just really start... You know, he has 3 lands in play post Liliana, and that's enough for his deck to really do anything it wants. Or post Deed, and there goes an Aether Vial. Deed also really allows Rob to not just die to an Alpha Strike from these Mutavolts. It's going to be very important in this game, and this Ooze could just take over if Deed doesn't have to be popped. I think it's likely, though, that Deed is going to go off for 3 very... Oh, the Mutavolts, though. Well, if Deed goes off, then he still has a Kitchen Finks. That's... we were just talking about this. You got the Deed. He has a Kitchen Finks. Let's see what Spencer drew over here. What does Spencer want to draw?
I mean, at this point...
Threads would be not that great, actually.
After the Deed is out, the Threads... It doesn't do much for him anymore other than maybe let him gain some life from the Ooze before it dies.
Phantasmal Image is kind of cute, but doesn't really do that much because Rob can blow up the Deed at a point where, on his turn... Oh, yeah, Phantasmal Image might force Rob to blow up the Deed on his turn so that Spencer doesn't get free 2-1 off a Persisted Finks. A bit of this sort of similar to the Undying action we were seeing earlier this morning in the Standard Open.
The thing is that Spencer can time it so that he at least gets a Mutavault back.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can.
Oh, he can respond to the trigger. Yes,
yeah, he blows up the world,
I'm
trigger, and then make the Mutavault into a guy after they blow up.
I'm thinking similar to the Arcbound Ravager modular case that occurs, where you need a target immediately. Okay. Let's see here. Really thinking about what he wants to do. Does he want to throw these Mutavaults in this turn? Maybe try and force a Deed for 0 that's going to put Rob pretty far behind. Does he want to play another guy and extend it to the Deed to tap a creature and force through damage on this attack? I think that's his debate here, is that whether he wants to... Yep.
Oh, there it is.
There's a commander. It's going to trigger Rejury.
Or David Allen to the judges stand. Brian Higgins or David Allen to the judges stand.
I think he wants to tap the Ooze. He taps the Finks. That is surprising to me. These creatures are 4, and that Finks is gonna, or that Ooze is gonna get bigger than them. Did I miss a lethal? Rob goes to. Actually,
He can block 2 creatures, gain 2 life.
I might have missed. Rob goes to 11. He can block 1 creature. The Finks is tapped.
And remember that the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
deed
6.
also.
No, I
is
did
in
not
there.
miss a lethal. He is actually 1 short of lethal on this attack. So, I think there might be a little discrepancy in life totals potentially. Trying to talk it through. Maybe Spencer's just trying to pull a look. I got you.
I mean, the thing is that he can go block.
Well,
After combat,
block.
blow the deed for.
Oh, he still has
for-
the Dryad Arbor.
He's the
yes.
Arbor.
He doesn't want to. He wants to wait till the next turn. But this Dryad Arbor should definitely just sort of disappear.
Along with standings after round 2.
Boom.
Please find your seats.
In comes the Mutavault for. What do we got? 2 lords that are pumping up right now. So a 4/4 Mutavault.
I think that's probably killing this Liliana. I can't imagine it's going to the face. Let's see. That Liliana sticks around after this deed. Spencer's basically saying, put in this position where Rob can animate this treetop village to block, and the Liliana will just sort of stick around at 3 counters. Goes to 1, unless Spencer really just sort of gets there.
Yeah, this line of play from Spencer seems to
I guess he keeps
indicate
both
that
Mutavaults,
he
though.
actually miscalculated, and then after his miscalculation decided, oops, I guess I can't come in with everything, activate the Sovereign, and then...
Yes.
Because it's otherwise, there's
I
no
don't-
reason to tap that Finks if he's going to use the Sovereign.
Yes.
So he must
5
have...
minutes left in the round.
Yeah.
By the way. Yeah, time was just called for everybody else. They had an extension because they were on camera. This has been a slow, grindy game here. Let's see. Liliana on 2, representing a threat post deed. Deed potentially going off on Spencer's turn to prevent any Mutavault shenanigans. There's a lot of small timing things to consider here. I might be overvaluing this Liliana against these 2 Mutavaults, but I think Rob can set it up so they'll have a treetop to block by the time these Mutavaults can even get in. It's this mana level, irrelevant level up of the core home commander that's probably going to die almost immediately.
Oh, is he trying to
Oh, was
level
that to
that
the-
as an instant? Because, I mean, I think we're still in combat.
Yeah.
You don't get to level as an instant.
I think this might be end of turn. I think that that guy went to the face.
Oh, okay. Okay, then
Back
it's not
to
as...
6.
Okay, after combat. Got it.
Rob opting not to use the ooze one more time. Did we miss? Is he out of creatures?
Maybe he might be out of food.
Yeah, I think Rob drew a Mox Diamond.
Nice. That's a good one.
Right on time. I think Rob just ships the turn. In combat, pops the deed for 3. Probably bumps the Liliana up a counter 2. He doesn't need a Mox Diamond. Don't do it now, Rob. Don't do it now. You do not want to do this right now. He will attack you with Mutavaults. You want to do it in his combat step.
There you go. I like the attack.
Attack. Getting a few damage here. That is a big ooze. And he shows the Finks post persist. Oh, wow.
Oh, don't do it, Rob.
Don't do
Wait,
it.
Slow up.
No,
slow up. Oh, doctor. What does that do?
What does it do? Blows up the world. Rob going back up to 8 life. Taking out all of the creature. Oh, what? No. No.
Those are dead.
Dead.
Dead. It's not.
All of it.
It's not an
Not
engineered
a-
explosives. It's everything below.
Yes, it is that silly.
Yep. There we
Yes,
go.
that is Pernicious Deed. I don't
Oh,
know.
look at that Mutavault.
I feel
out
like
there.
waiting until combat here was the right play. You lose to a Stifle, I guess. I might be afraid of that.
Okay, that's fair. If he's afraid of a stifle.
But I don't really know if I've seen Stifle in Merfolk in a long time.
I understand if he's concerned about stifle. It's not common, but
Yeah.
I mean, how bad is it for him right now?
It would feel really miserable if that just happened. to
Yeah.
you. I mean, he's not in a terrible position, but I'd want to sort of stave off another turn and maybe get sort of a free roll a bit of Liliana value.
Oh, boy.
So Liliana's gonna go down. Though the thing
Or
is
he
that
could
does
just-
reset the Finks.
Yeah.
So Rob's gonna.
Where are they coming? Is he gonna knock Rob to 2?
That Liliana is getting dangerously close.
Rob goes back up to 4.
Maybe he's hoping to rip another removal spell, another submerge. Liliana to 4. It's ultimate at 6, where it's factor permanence.
Just imagine like a sovereign comes down, or like.
Well, a sovereign isn't. A sovereign just gets eaten by the Liliana.
No, the Liliana eats one of the mutavaults first, right? And on the next turn, the sovereign can make a mutavault come through for 3. But if there's another lord on there, he won't have the mana for that alt. Never mind.
Yeah.
He's
Lord of Atlantis. Still a bunch of 3/3s against this 3-power kitchen Finks. And Rob's gonna untap next turn with the ability to animate this treetop village, get that guy in the way, and just sort of start Liliana ticking up to ultimate, I guess. Rob untaps, draws Wasteland.
Edict you. Is that a wasteland?
I thought it was a Wasteland when I saw
Oh
it.
boy.
Just play the Wasteland, pump Liliana to 5. Oh, you don't need to do it now. You don't have to do it immediately. Floating a mana. Just up, go. That's all you want to do with Liliana right here, I feel like. Though, I
I
guess...
actually like edicting.
Yeah, if he gets another Lord in, then that Mutavault could swing in. You're correct.
Goodbye, Lord.
Choosing to sacrifice the Lord over the Mutavault.
And
Treetop gets in
with
for 3.
Treetop.
I might have just attacked with both at this point, actually.
I agree. Knock your opponent down to 1.
4 life.
Aether Vial. Nope, Curse Catcher.
Still in the deck.
Ooh, he's a little guy.
A little bit of a blocker. Is this turn? We're officially on turns, probably. I think that's either 2 or 1. What? This is turn 1.
Turn 1 of extra turns now.
Rob... I think Rob just bins the Liliana, kills the Curse Catcher, mans up his guys, and just crunches.
No submerge, please.
Chump that Kitchen Finks, back up to 8,
Boom.
down to 1. Submerge doesn't even matter at this point. I think Spencer is drawing dead at this
Oh,
point.
I thought he had another card in his hand. I thought I was
Nope.
talking about just now. Okay.
Oh, that would be a disaster. Yeah, he is, unless he has Phantasmal Image right here for the Kitchen Finks, he is drawing dead.
What is it?
Sovereign?
No, thank you. That is all she wrote.
Rob would like to attack.
Turn 3 here. He remembers to activate his Treetop Village.
Oh. Attack. Block.
Go to dead.
Dead.
There we go.
There it is.
Rob
That's the
Vaca.
handshake. And I believe that means, I don't have standings, but Rob Vaca wins that match and may or may not be making top 8 here.